Hello, my name is Pastor Jo Ottinger. I'm the chaplain here at Mount Pisgah Academy. On campus, we offer a variety of things to help with our students and staff members' spiritual experience. We have a Vespers program every Friday night here in the church where all the students and staff gather together to worship. We also gather here for Sabbath school and church service. Students are very much involved in our church service. The congregation is incredibly welcoming of our students. They always look forward to our students returning from break, especially our summer break after we've been gone for a long time. On campus, we also enjoy together Bible studies. Sometimes it's student-led Bible studies, sometimes it's staff-led, sometimes it's after Vespers. Students will go to a staff member's home and we'll study together a little bit more and just enjoy some time together. Occasionally we'll have afterglows after the service out here in Fleetwood Park. If the weather's good. We have, of course, our dorm worships. We have worships before every single class period. We have a lot of things that we look to, not just our Bible classes, but meaningful ways that students can be involved in things, and especially thinking about once you leave Academy, how will that continue to be something that will be able to be available to you in your life wherever you find yourself, and to be able to continue to develop your own spiritual journey. So the community service, our mission trip experiences, any kind of disasters that are in our area that we're able to kind of help coordinate any sort of relief with, I think those would be the things that would highlight, or that I would highlight on what it is that we're able to do here, see our students do here at Mount Pisgah Academy. Some other places I see the spiritual growth of our students being available anyway through programming and such is through our Bible conferences. Every year we take a group of students, some that are leaders and some that are participants, down to Kalakwa, and we gather with literally hundreds of other academy students from all the academies in the Southern Union, and they're involved from Wednesday through Saturday night. The opportunity to open up the scriptures for themselves, to discuss in smaller groups what scriptures mean, and kind of reach out with each other. Again, some strangers from other academies, but a great chance to realize we're not alone here in Candler, North Carolina, but there are quite a number of students who are God-fearing, God-loving students in other academies and schools around our union as well. One of the things I'm most excited about for our students is the opportunity to be involved in the worship service. So here on a weekly basis at Mount Pisgah Academy, we see students involved, and we also are excited to have staff members who are willing to take small groups of students to some of our other churches, often some of our smaller churches, because our band and our choir and gymnastics team, they typically go to, often it seems like, some of the larger churches, and some of the smaller churches, like the one that I grew up in, we don't get to see Mount Pisgah Academy as much. And so this gives an opportunity for those churches to be able to experience some of the students of Mount Pisgah Academy and the staff and be able to ask them questions firsthand. But more importantly for me, a chance for our students to be actively involved in the worship service. We have students that will lead the music and tell the children's story and call for the offering and sing special musics and preach the sermons. Every year we have a number of students who just do a fantastic job of reaching other people's hearts through the message that God has given them. So to see our students be able to have that opportunity of, we call it circuit riders here on our campus, to be able to go out at various times and different Sabbaths with different groups of students sometimes even, and getting to know each other a little bit better and be able to witness and minister to others by leading the worship service for God's glory. That's a tremendous thing that's offered to our students here. Opportunities for community service and outreach here at Mount Pisgah Academy come in all different ways, shapes, sizes, times. For the first thing I'd like to mention, we have every Friday is a community service day. We rotate that through the classes, so freshman year would have their community service day. This Friday we'd say they would have no classes, they would be in community service, and then the next Friday it would be the sophomores, the next Friday would be the juniors, and then the seniors as we continue through. That gives an opportunity, we think, we hope, is an opportunity for them to really put what they're learning about in all of their classes, but especially their Bible classes, into action. So not just talking about reaching out to others, that Jesus wants us to help others, that he wants us to look out for the orphans and the widows and those that are less fortunate around us, that we learn all those things and we read about them in the scriptures and we write stories about them in paragraphs and essays and answer questions, and we really haven't done anything. So I'm excited about the opportunity that we have for our students, that on Fridays, again, we cancel out the classes for that particular year for that group of students, and they go out into our community and help out with various community outreach activities. Additionally, we have mission trips every single year. We have mission trips that go to Daytona for the Daytona 500. They do outreach down there. We have mission trips with Share Him, where we have a group of students who go and preach a full evangelistic series, and another group of students who go and do a minor construction project at the same time, often with one of the churches that are being preached at. So we'll work all during the day, and then at night we get dressed up, then go back out, and some of those evangelists will be preaching at some of those various sites, and so we have opportunity to experience that, which has been a great opportunity to give, but more often an opportunity to receive. Mission trips are definitely about seeing the blessings that God has poured into our lives. We often go with the idea of giving and come back realizing how much we've received. Our students themselves, even some of our construction students, have been to these evangelistic meetings every single night as they support our other students who are preaching, and some of them have in fact given their heart over to God by listening to these evangelistic meetings. So it's an exciting experience. Every single year we have that. I think if I were to describe the spiritual culture on campus, and understanding that you would get a different assessment depending on who it is that you ask, I think I would describe the spiritual culture on campus as a culture that is open and welcoming to the name of God being used, not in a sacrilegious way, but in a revered and holy way. That on campus at any time you may see students who have grouped together to pray about something, those who are wrestling with something together and lifting each other up and encouraging each other. It's not that our students walk around and are in that worshipful experience all the time, but I appreciate the fact that it's not uncommon to see students starting a Bible study or wanting to study something together or talking about God or praying together just at random times during the day. Again, not a set time and we're going to do this every single week. But we got a group of students who are really wrestling with some pretty tough stuff, and they kind of come together for that time and just pray for each other, or talk about what God has done for them, or looking forward to the spiritual programming on campus or outside of campus. That those are common conversations on our campus. One thing that I greatly appreciate about the students here at Mount Pisgah Academy, and I tell them this often, when we go out on trips or maybe to do church services, various church services, or help out with things, or I hear regularly how those that are somehow involved, even if it's we're taking a trip to a theme park or someplace else, random people will come up to me and they will say, "Are you with this group of students?" And there's a moment of hesitation for me, wondering what may we have broken that I'm not sure that I want to pay for. But it always is exciting to me when I hear these people say, "I have never seen a group of students who are so respectful or so kind or so thoughtful of other people." And often they'll mention specific things that happened as a group of 7 or 8 of our students were walking through and they looked out for someone else or helped them pick up something or moved out of the way for somebody to get through first. Or those moments for me are real Christianity in action. I think that we're able to see in our students an impact on those around them. We see it on our campus as well. Again, I have visitors that come to our campus from all different places, and one of the things that I hear more often than not is what a friendly place Mount Pisgah Academy is. And it's really our students who are willing to not just stand back and look at people who are guests on our campus, but instead go out of their way to speak to them, to smile at them, to ask them if they need help with something, always happy to let them know that this is a fantastic place to be. And that for me, again, I'm not on other school campuses, and I'm sure they're doing wonderful things, but that is probably one of the more moments of filling my chest with joy. I won't say with pride, but with joy over the fact that our students have really taken on that responsibility of showing Jesus to other people here on our campus, as well as when we go out on trips, often when they don't even realize they're being watched by anybody. And I will hear from other people that come to me and say, that group of students you have is absolutely fantastic. And one of the highlights for me every single year, we see it every single year, is that through the year, at some point, a number of students, whether it be from activities that they've been involved with. We've had some years where at youth rally students have made decisions, or a Bible conference they've made decisions, or just in Bible classes they've made decisions, at Vesper services and Sabbath schools and church services. Various times students have come to me and said, I have felt like the Holy Spirit has been tugging on my heart and I want to make a decision to be baptized. And some of those students, we then study with them, and we are so excited that some of those students choose to be baptized here in the Mount Pisgah Academy Church with all of our school family here, a part of that experience. Some of them get baptized at home, and we're able to see that video of their baptism here at the Mount Pisgah Academy Church, where, again, our students have gathered together, because this is really a family dynamic.